And now we are on to the tiger. So, all 5 elements of the tiger sign, the third sign of the lunar cycle. Let's get into it. Okay. Metal tiger. The metal tiger is definitely not a reticent type. He is bound to be active, aggressive, and passionate. He may or may not be artistic, but he will certainly project a glamorous image and persona that will not go unnoticed. Self-centered and ostentatious, he is a competitive and untiring worker when motivated in the right way. He approaches his problems in a direct or even a radical way and is never in doubt about what he wants to accomplish. The problem is that he wants too much too soon. He tends to be over-optimistic about expected results. When metal is combined with this native lunar sign, it could produce a tiger who is sudden, unorthodox, and drastic in his actions. He is a person who is faithful only to himself and his desires and doesn't mind stepping on a few toes along the way. Easily stirred by both good and bad influences, this tiger will tend to act independently as he hates having to get permission for anything or having his freedom curtailed in any way. Water tiger. An open-minded tiger who is always inclined toward new ideas and experiences. The water tiger also has a gift for seeing things objectively. The water element, combined with his lunar sign, gives him a calmer nature. He is humane, an excellent judge of the truth, and exceptionally perceptive about the feelings of others. His intuition and ability to communicate make him an excellent candidate for public relations or other media work. This more realistic type of tiger has his finger on the pulse of the people. He is adept at making deals, seldom makes errors in judgment, and is often an engaging speaker. His mental abilities are above par. But like all tigers, he sometimes wastes precious time procrastinating. Still, he is less temperamental than other tigers because he can control his impulsiveness and concentrate on long-term endeavors. Wood tiger. This is a tolerant tiger who evaluates situations in a practical and impartial light. Hold on. Boba's with me right now, so I just don't want him to gnaw on the cord. Okay. He is democratic, loves group action, and understands the importance of enlisting the cooperation of others in order to advance rapidly. He will attract a great many friends and supporters as he can mingle with people from all walks of life. The corporate world, however, is his domain. The wood element gives him a more even and affable disposition. And his charming, innovative personality is very conducive to group efforts. He is sought after in polite society and has a talent for bringing different types of people together. However, his loyalty is mostly to himself. And as he is able to look at things in a broad perspective, he is well aware that no one is indispensable. The wood tiger is also inclined to be the least penetrating of the tigers. He may prefer to merely skim the surface of things, keeping only the semblance of order. Not as fierce or combative as the other tigers, he is a good negotiator. Adept at delegating chores and skillful at commanding and manipulating people into performing their best. He will take on the minimum amount of responsibility possible. He takes his hobbies and leisure time seriously and has many outside interests. As his lunar sign is not blessed with a great deal of self-discipline, he should not embark on more than he can handle. As with all tigers, it will be hard for him to admit his limitations or readily take any criticism, no matter how constructive or kindly given. Fire tiger. Because the fire tiger finds it difficult to contain his enthusiasm and boundless energy, he is always ready for action. He especially likes going from one place to another, experiencing new thrills and discoveries. Transient by nature, he is primarily concerned about the here and now. Because he is so independent and unconventional, his moves are hard to predict. The only thing you can be sure of is that when he acts, he will be dramatic and influential. Fire makes him even more expressive than he already is. This tiger never fails to impress anyone he is after or to transmit his electric vitality to any project he decides to undertake. He seeks constant outlets for his nervous energy and channels his ideas into forceful action. At times, he is downright theatrical, generous to a fault. He will also display more leadership qualities than tigers of the other elements. To him, everything he does is worthwhile and imperative, so don't try to tell him otherwise. He is thoroughly optimistic and has no use for naysayers. But while he could be on top of the world one day, the next he could be down in the dumps. Brilliantly imposing, outspoken, and sensual, the fire tiger finds it hard to ever be impersonal about anything in his life, his or her life. Earth tiger. This tiger possesses a quieter and more responsible nature. Warm and likable, he will tend to be practical and realistic in what he undertakes. The achievable is what he is after. He will not jump to hasty conclusions or fly off the handle if he suspects somebody is trying to put one over on him. Concerned about others, he can... Oh, hold on. Boba! Hold on. Yeah, Boba is being a little mischievous little boony. Concerned about others, he can be thoughtful, mature, and sensible in outlook. The earth element studies this type of tiger by giving him a longer attention span, which enables him to work diligently and objectively on important matters without getting restless. Although he may be as brilliant and passionate as other tigers, he is generally clear-headed and reasonable. He sees issues in their true light and rarely allows his emotions to cloud his vision. A tiger apt to form relationships on the basis of usefulness, he is an intellectual and more of a worrier than a daredevil. He applies his knowledge and capabilities to areas that are familiar and which will bring him the greatest reward. At times, he can be overly proud and sensitive and callous, especially when he is so wrapped up with his own concerns and cannot relate to anything outside his scope. The earth tiger is the least likely to choose an adventurous lifestyle, no matter what he may like others to believe. He is a realist. First, he will make it to the top. Then, when he has proven his genius to the world, he may indulge himself in a radical, scandalous, or unconventional way, just to be different or maybe noticed, as all tigers love to be. Nonetheless, he will always be serious about his work and career. His native element makes him desire status and recognition acquired through his own merits. And that is the tiger. And I totally almost forgot to do the compatibility one. So here we go. So, tiger with the rat. Rat and tiger have few common interests, and to a large extent, they may not care too much for each other's company unless one has the other signs as an ascendant, the other's sign as an ascendant. If they have the same goals, they will have a cool to moderate relationship. There may also be many complications, as the rat's best friend is the monkey, and the tiger's soulmate may be a horse, and neither of these signs is much help when it comes to close friendships. Ox. Serious clashes of will and intense rivalry could result when tiger and ox do not see eye to eye. These two powerful personalities do not take defeat well and hate to accept second prize for anything. Ellen! Sorry. Unless they share the same ascendant, such as the ox having a tiger's ascendant or the tiger person having been born during the hours of the ox. There will be conflict and misunderstanding. Strong tempers, strong wills, and a strong need to have their own way contribute to their incompatibility. Tiger. So two tigers are compatible to a certain degree. If they have similar backgrounds and relate to the same kinds of people, such as horses and dog, they will get along just fine. Otherwise, they will have reservations about each other and will be easily annoyed by each other's petty habits. Neither one of them, of course, is willing to change. Their animosities are usually short-lived, however, and they can be friends if they can agree never to get mad at the same time. This is easier said than done with unpredictable tigers, though. The rabbit. The lines of communication are not well connected between the tiger and the rabbit. The tiger is too rash for the conservative and peace-loving rabbit, who is often scandalized by the tiger's antics and hot temper. They will have sympathy for each other only when their ascendants are in harmony. Otherwise, they will not clash, but the diplomatic rabbit may avoid the aggressive tiger because he does not share similar interests with the big cat. The rabbit always watches his tongue, and the tiger rarely does. Dragon. Moderate success for both signs here, since they are both colorful, action-loving people or personalities who are basically sincere and well-intentioned. A shared idealism could unite them into a powerful team capable of bulldozing any opposition with their dynamic ways. Each may constantly struggle for dominance, though. But if the two of them can share the burdens and define their areas of expertise, they will achieve much together. Mutual respect and cooperation can only follow if they work hard to resolve their differences right from the beginning. Snake. The tiger is suspicious of the quiet and introverted snake and overreacts when confronted by him. The snake is not sympathetic to the outspoken tiger and feels threatened by the jungle cat's often intimidating ways. Their relations range from cold to indifferent unless they share a common descendant to bind them together. Conflict and misunderstanding arise because these two signs like to come to their own conclusions, and right or wrong stick to them, especially if anyone dares question them. Horse. The tiger finds a kindred spirit in the passionate horse. Both animals possess a strong emotional compass when making decisions. Each animal thinks with his heart and makes decisions by instinct. The two animals enjoy the process of introspection and enjoy the thrill of a challenge. Cut from the same cloth, both will seek out opportunities to learn more about the world as well as themselves. The tiger and the horse find a strong friendship, where each can depend on the other to support each other through good times and bad. Sheep. There will be no outright confrontations or serious rivalry between these two. The tiger could be protective of the sheep, and the sheep will give the tiger lots of sympathy when he needs a good listener. Permanent and lasting relationships result when they share the same ascendant or move in the same circle of friends or work in the same profession. Otherwise, the ties are cordial but not as strong as they may appear. Both signs could be fair-weathered friends and go their separate ways when times get tough. Monkey. There lies a natural conflict between the tiger and the monkey. Call it a love-hate relationship, but the tiger and monkey like to spar one-on-one on a regular basis. The tiger and the monkey have much in common, but only fans the flames. They are both fierce competitors who hate to admit defeat, and the monkey enjoys taunting the proud tiger, and the tiger's ego cannot resist the temptation of a good challenge. For the most productive results, the tiger and monkey should work through a common ally. Otherwise, they would be stuck in a competitive loop. Rooster. The tiger and the rooster are alike in the sense that they are both attracted to controversy and will take on hot issues. They will either be the best of friends or find each other very irritating. And it may depend on something as inconsequential as which day of the week it is. They are both drawn to the limelight and may fight for center stage. The rooster is the perfectionist who cannot understand how the feisty tiger can ad-lib his way through life and be so popular. The tiger, on the other hand, thinks the rooster makes a mountain out of a molehill and will insist on viewing the big picture instead of concentrating on the details, as the rooster prefers to do. Dog. The tiger and the dog's compatibility stems from respect. The dog appreciates the tiger's commitment to his loved ones and beliefs, and the tiger appreciates the dog's moral compass and loyalty. The tiger and dog relationship is the partnership of two protectors. Both animals are fierce guardians of their loved ones and will not back down from a fight. While the tiger can charm his way into bending the rules with many animals in the Chinese cycle, he finds that the dog is not so easily sold. Funny thing is, that's what earns the respect of the proud tiger. I'm just keeping an eye on Boba again. He likes to get into mischief, like I said. The boar. Theirs will be a successful match. The tiger and the boar are both outgoing and generous and are secure in each other's company. The honest boar is forgiving, and the tiger is really not as bad as he likes to pretend. They will find happiness in love and business. The tiger will provide the ideas, the boar will find the tiger captivating and offer his wholehearted support. However, since they both have large appetites and are passionate and impulsive, they need a mitigating influence in their lives or someone to tell them when enough is enough. Self-control is not one of their virtues. And that concludes the tiger.